Good day. I hope you have been thinking already a little bit about how the observance of the season of Lent might be a meaningful time for you. The 40 days between Ash Wednesday and Easter, excluding Sundays, can be a time of special renewal as you think about disciplines that you might add, as well as some things that you might subtract in shaping your life around a little different focus for this season. Today we have a little video interview to share with you about how some other people have responded to that challenge in the past, and maybe that will get your ideas flowing.
Any frivolous spending.
I'm adding prayer time because don't pray enough.
I'm fasting meat for Lent.
We're so used to bread in our diet, and it's also a big weakness for me, and I wanted to sacrifice something that would be hard to do.
I am adding more devotional time, books that are focused on the journey of Jesus Christ during this time.
I'm doing a bread and water fast, and it has a symbolic reference of recognizing that Jesus is the bread of life.
In the early church, people used the time leading up to Easter as a time of preparation for those who wanted to convert to Christianity. It was this really time of intense focus so that they can learn more about the Christian faith. And then on Easter, they were baptized.
I enjoy adding something for Lent.
I just rather give up something because God gave up His only Son.
Every night or during the day, I'm writing a letter to someone in my life who challenged me or inspired me to live differently in my faith.
I guess I'd rather add something, but for me, it's more about sacrifice, and I feel like I need to give something up.
We put a cross up in our front yard. It's nothing big and fancy. It's just a big wooden cross to remind people. And I put a little thing over the mailbox that says, "He is risen."
Because there's no hard and fast rule about how to observe Lent, I think some people take the approach where, you need to be more somber, you need to cut out certain luxuries in your life. But I think the real question is, what space is it creating in your life to be closer to God and to do a little bit more self-reflection on your own practices and habits?
It's not extremely hard until the thing that I'm giving up is put right in front of my face.
I get pretty disappointed in myself if I fail.
As long as I do my devotional time first thing in the morning before the rest of the world tries to run in on me, I'm pretty good.
It just reminds me that even though I'm giving up something that does, mean a lot to me, that God's gonna fill that in for me.
It's just a time of heightened spirituality.
All of Easter week is important, but Easter morning is just, I wouldn't miss that service for anything.
And so this time of Easter, whether or not you were able to really commit to the things that you said that you would do, is a time to really say, thank you, God, for this life that you've given me, and to continue to ask those questions about how you can be a better Christian, how you can be a better father, daughter, parent, student, brother, sister to those around you.
This video was brought to you by the people of the United Methodist Church through World Service donations.
Now, especially since it happens this time of year, sometimes it seems like Lenten disciplines are just a rehash of New Year's resolutions. Now, what is the difference? Well, one is, by this time, we've probably broken all of our New Year's resolutions. They don't seem to last until February. But New Year's resolutions can sometimes, for some people, be a helpful turnaround to begin a new way of thinking, a new way of doing. Lenten commitments are normally done for a season of time. And so they intentionally are not intended to be a fully change of life. So you may add some things to your commitments during this season, or you may subtract some things as a discipline. When we think about things we give up, it's not always bad habits. Sometimes our discipline can be giving up something that can have many positive benefits, but we discipline ourselves to avoid those for a season. You'll figure out how that works, and sometimes it can be something that you observe just once a week. Or sometimes it might be 6 days a week, but you give yourself a break on Sunday. Kind of really depends on what it is. If you need some tips on doing that, feel free to talk to me or to Pastor Craig. We'll be happy to kind of bounce some thoughts off of you, and I'm going to be sharing with you more thoughts between now and Ash Wednesday. I've already received some people who have sent me emails of their plan, where, remember, your challenge is to think of at least one thing that you add during the season of Lent, and then at least one thing that you subtract during the season of Lent. We still have about 3 weeks because Ash Wednesday begins on the first Wednesday of March. That would be Wednesday, March the 5th. And we do have both our Tuesday pancake dinner. You'll want to come and be a part of that feasting on the day before Ash Wednesday, the day before Lent. And then our Ash Wednesday, a brief worship service at 6 p.m. on that evening, Wednesday, March the 5th. So my prayers are with you, and I hope you will continue to be careful and prayerful. Stay warm. I know some of you have had issues with power during this time of year. Maybe the roads are still bad in your area. So be careful. Hopefully all the roads will be clean and the power on, so that we'll be ready to share in worship Sunday morning. So come be sure and join us as you are able this Sunday.